Hey everybody, Smarty771 here, and I am back from my vacation. I just went on a wonderful trip to Barbados with my wife, and that was fantastic, but I've had enough having fun, so I'm just going to come back making videos for you guys, because that is my true meaning in life. So the purpose of this video is I wanted to go on a quick little rant vlog thing about why I believe that the live service model is really just an excuse to be lazy. So I'm going to talk about this specifically having to do with Battlefield 5 and EA, who is kind of like they're the folks that are really pushing this agenda forward with the live service. Instead of doing DLC, they're doing this live service thing. The first hint that they got that they should try a new approach to getting money is when they released Battlefront 2016 with only a few maps, a few blasters, and a few modes for a full $60, and you had to pay double that price to get all the 4 DLC packs. And people were really pissed off, and they threw a fit, and they said, how could you charge us $60 for an incomplete game and then charge us another $60 for everything else we feel like, we're owed? And so EA was like, okay, we're going to fix this with Battlefront 2, and then they introduced their live service model, and then they released a little bit more content, still not very much, and then they ruined it with the loot box controversy, and then gave up on the game and didn't deliver on all the promises that they said that they would. And now Battlefield 5 is coming out, and they're like, okay, let's try this live service thing one more time. So now they're releasing Battlefield 5 with not very much content and promising more for free. Now here's where my argument comes in at how the live service is an excuse to be lazy. So if you look back at the DLC business model, the paid DLC business model, you were promising people that if they paid more money, you would deliver more content to them, extra content than what was originally put out. So if you release a game and they pay $60 for it, you say, okay, $30 and you get 2 new story missions for whatever game. And people are like, okay, this base game is great. I don't feel like I need to buy the DLC. Or there's people in like the case of Battlefront 2016 were like, this game is so incomplete. I have to spend more money on this game to have fun because there's so little content here for me to enjoy. So the thing was, the developers actually had a prerogative to release stuff to you. They actually said, okay, people are giving us money for this. We need to deliver a product. We need to give them more maps, more guns, more characters, more whatever in whatever game we're doing, because they're paying for it, and it's going to come as a DLC pack. So yay, okay, we're delivering on a paid product. But with this paid service or live service model, you pay one price and then you get new content whenever the developers feel like giving it to you. Instead of releasing a complete game at the beginning, they're saying, we'll release more content at our own pace. If you don't believe me, just look at Battlefront 2. When they released, they promised, regular seasons, new heroes, weapons, maps, all that sort of stuff. And once they saw that nobody was buying the game, they just gave up on it. They did that Han Solo season, which was barely anything. 1 new map, a new skin for Han Solo, and that was it. And now they're doing this Clone Wars season, which is not going to be complete until the beginning of 2019. So that just shows that they're not really in a rush to deliver on their promises to you. They don't feel like putting in the effort to deliver fresh content to you. And in Battlefield 5, let's look at this. I looked it up, and according to Angry Joe, only 33 weapons are going to be released in Battlefield 5 on release. This is just one aspect of content that I want to talk about is the weapons. 33 or 29 from another source I found are going to be available, including sidearms. Battlefield 4 had 77. More than twice that amount was available upon release in Battlefield 4. And that one had the paid DLC model. And it released as a full game. 77 weapons, plenty of maps in vanilla Battlefield. I think there's like 11 or 12 maps. Battlefront 2 didn't have that many. Battlefront 2 only has 4 weapons per class. 4 weapons. Even Battlefront 2016 has more than that. And that one as well released on the paid DLC business model. And then Battlefield 5, 33. I think Battlefield 1 even had more than that. And what that sets up the developers to do is say, okay, we're going to have less content at release, but we're going to steadily trickle more content to you to keep you interested, instead of saying we're going to deliver a full game to you. And this makes the developers lazy, because then they know if we promise them this live service model, because it didn't work with the paid DLC with 2016 Battlefront, since everybody got so pissed off, they tried this new live service thing to trick you by calling it free. But since they have no prerogative to give you something because you're not paying extra for it, they're just going to give you even less at launch, and then just give you more content whenever they feel like it, because then they can release an incomplete game and then have you keep playing by giving you the content that they should have had on release whenever they feel like giving it to you, because you didn't pay for that extra stuff. You'll take it when they give it to you. You don't have any other choice. You're not going to get a complete game. What do you think this is, 2007? No, we're going to give you an incomplete game because we didn't feel like putting in the effort to, you know, release the game 6 months later with the full amount of content. Instead, we're going to give you a little bit of content now and then give you more later on down the line. But you'll just have to take our word for it, because we didn't live up to our promises in Battlefront 2, because we told you, you just have to take our word for it. And now we're going to do that with Battlefield 5. And if Battlefield 5 doesn't sell the way we want to, or doesn't sell according to projections, we'll just give up on that one too and have our developers work on Anthem, the next loot box microtransaction money cow that we're going to be working with. So that's just the thing here. It's just laziness. It's an excuse to not release a complete game. It's an excuse to be lazy. It's an excuse to release a game with a little bit of content with the promise of having more down the line. And that is just unacceptable, in my opinion. I think developers like CD Projekt Red did it the right way with paid DLC. They didn't charge very much for it, and it was an ass load of content. And that's a tiny little developer. But you look at DICE, a huge AAA developer, are releasing a game with 33 weapons at launch, when earlier they've done like 77 at launch. Not to mention DLC weapons for Battlefield 4 that came out later on. It's just pathetic, unacceptable, and lazy. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is EA and DICE being lazy with their approach to this live service? I think it is unacceptable and stupid in any company that takes on this approach. Unless they release a game with a full amount of content, the live service model is an excuse to be lazy. Changed my mind. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please subscribe and like if you liked this video, and feel free to join my Discord and submit your Battlefield clips for kick-ass Battlefield moments. I'd love to see what you guys have. There's information on that in the Discord and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Smarty771 signing off, and I will see you in the next video.